Welcome to the Pelican Sports Corner. We got a great show for today. We're going to be talking about why James Borrego is not cutting it at head coach for the New Orleans Pelicans. We also going to be talking about how the Pelicans need to use some of its talent to reshape the roster. We got a lot more of that on the Pelican Sports Corner.
No lights up, Pelicans fly high from the Crescent City. Watch us touch the sky, Zion in the paint, thunder when it ride. Poodle with the splash, got that fire in his eye. Trey Murphy from deep, let it rain, let it pour. Herb and Jose locking down every floor. New blood coming, Fizz, Peavy, Queen. Pelicans United, we chasing that dream. Big Z breaking rim, crowd going wild. Power in the lane, got defenders in denial. Poodle with the handles, crossing up the scene. Buckets from the arc, keep the scoreboard clean. Trade with the wingspan, shooting with the breeze. Catching alley oops, bring opponents to their knees. Herb John clamps, never giving up an inch. Jose with the steel, crowd jumping out the bench. Throw the lights up, Pelican fly high from the Crescent City.
Welcome in, man. You already know what it is, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button below and make sure you hit that like button. And as always, man, let's just dive right in. Now, I said previously on my live stream that James Borrego is going to decide whether he should be the coach in the next 10 to 11 games. And I said if he can go 10 straight games, which I knew he couldn't, then we'll have to put some respect on his name, because that will mean that the players are fighting for him and that they're trending in the right direction. But as I said, be very, very weary of James Borrego trying to do this, because I just don't think he cuts it. And a lot of people was like, nah, we got our coach. Mediocrity shouldn't be accepted. It just shouldn't. He's not an elite coach. Like I said, I give him his props for being a nice offensive play designer. But again, the way he designs plays is somebody else's scheme. It's somebody else's something somebody else has mastered. Like I said, the Rockets, Golden State, teams like that have already mastered small ball. What are you bringing to the table yourself as a head coach that the Pelicans' identity can be shaped by? James Borrego continuously to have lapses in judgment, continuously have lineup inconsistencies, continuously with like 4 games left in the season is still trying to find a solid lineup. There's been guys that's been flashing like Eve Mesa and Carlo Makovich. He still does not use them in a lineup. He's playing DeAndre Jordan over them, who's been riding the bench most of the season. He continuously make the same in-game, late-game mistake. He don't know how to identify mismatches. And that's a problem with me when it comes to James Borrego as the head coach. If you cannot identify when your team has mismatches, you should not be the head coach. Jeremiah Fields against the Detroit Pistons was absolutely balling. James Borrego decided to take him out. Why? Why would you take the guy who's on the heater out? You know why? Because he's just not that guy. And that's okay. That's okay for James Borrego to just be a placeholder until we find the guy. In fact, that's the best situation. James Borrego is a guy who, for all intents and purposes, can be a good offensive mind to structure an offense around your team. The problem is you have to be a leader of men when it comes to this Pelicans organization. I'm on point of saying you got to be probably bigger than the Pelicans organization at head coach. Not saying you have to be a Sean Payton type, but you have to have that type of attitude like, this is my team. Because for all intents and purposes, We have to get a coach who guys respect. I've been harping on this all season. You can tell the difference between people who got a passionate head coach that put them in situations to win, and people got a head coach that's hoping their players can put themselves in situations to win. That's the difference. You have to figure out what is it going to take, even if that means removing solid talent from this team, good talent from this team, to get players in the building that can take you to heights that this organization has never been before. The only way you can do that, the absolute only way you can do that, is find the right freaking head coach. It's the only way you're going to do that. We keep blaming the players time and time again. Well, this is the cards that we're dealt. If you're dealt a bad hand, you just have to play that hand and make the best of it. But the problem is, he's trying to make the best of it, but he's making mistakes himself. That's what's plaguing James Borrego. Nothing more. He continuously make mistakes and then expect the players to bail him out. It does not work like that. I need to have his confidence. I need the players to have his confidence, knowing he's going to put them in the best situation to win. Period. We got to stop making excuses for mediocrity. We got to stop. At some point, it has to stop. He's not the guy. He's not going to be the guy. There should be no reason you advocating for a guy who has 25, 26, or 27 wins. No way. No way, no how. He has enough talent to win games, and yet he only won 20-something games. Come on, folks. You say you want to be a great organization, but you want a mediocre head coach. That ain't going to cut it. You say you want to be a great organization, but you're starting Sadiq Bey and Herb Jones at power forward and center. Like, you're not even being serious. You're just throwing ish on the wall and hoping it stick. That's not how this works. You have to have a strategic game plan for these players. And the crazy part is, people are not going to like when I'm saying it, what I'm about to say. You have to get off some of these players. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's Zion. I don't know if it's DeJounte Murray. I don't know if it's Herb Jones. I don't know if it's, who else? Well, we know Jordan Poole, they're probably going to try to get off of. I don't know if it's Eve Meats. I don't know who it is, but we have to get off the log jam. Jordan Harkins, I don't know. We have to put a talent package together to get somebody who can move the franchise forward. I don't know who it is. I don't know. I don't know if they're bringing DeJounte, but I don't know who it is. But if you're trying to get Derek Queen, the guys you invested in, and Jeremiah Fears the nod, they need to play. And they need to play a lot. And Jeremiah Fears is showing every reason that he should be the guy. So, you're at a standstill. What do? You do not want to get into a season where your backup point guard is outplaying your starting point guard. It will get messy. So there's a lot of decisions that need to be made on player personnel also. There's too many there's too many guys that's do one thing well, but there's not a threat on offensively. A threat on offense, but not a threat defensively. Too many guys like that. We need guys who can do a little bit of both at a high level. That's the problem. A lot of our guys suck. Absolutely suck at doing a multitude of things. They're pedestrian, and then we hype it up as, oh, that's solid. No. The guys who really stick out. The Trey Murphys. But he's a shaky on defense. Zion Williamson, he don't rebound as much. Like, it's always a if he do this, if this player does this. We got to get out of that. We got to get guys that do it all. Straight grinders. And the only way to do that is to shake up this roster. Boy, let me tell you something. We're going to have to shake up this roster in the summer. Don't take my word for it. We going to have to shake up this roster in the summer. The offseason, listen, we're a month away from the offseason starting. Not a month, a couple weeks for the Pelicans. It's time to turn the tables over. Completely upside down. When this August, it's time to go in a new direction. I don't know what direction that is because I don't know what Joe Dumars and Troy Weaver is thinking, but we need to get to a point where, guess what? We're going in a new direction. We got new faces. We got people who can play. You got people who care about basketball in the building. Not saying that the players we have don't right now. But there needs to be a high level of tenacity and focus that's from practice to the court. It shows a high level of coaching and in-game scenarios, late game scenarios where you know this coach is going to put us in the best, put us in a place to have the best chance to win late. Like I said a couple episodes ago, the first thing I'm asking the coaches, how do you overcome late game fourth quarter collapses? What is your strategy? Forget everything else. I want to know what your late game strategy is, because we totally suck at it. Straight up. These players need somebody they can trust. And vice versa. Once you get the coach right, usually everything falls in place. You've seen it with Willie. When Willie was doing his thing and Willie was making decisions, everybody was loving it. But you have to get the coach right. You have to, man. It's non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable. Jeremiah Fields is coming along. He's definitely coming along. He's everything I told y'all he would be. But again, if you can't get Zion the type of shots he needs to be dominant, why do you have him on your team? And I know that's not a new coach's problem, but the coaching staff now. Zion is not even taking the amount of attempts it takes to be a superstar. He's not even being deferred to as a superstar. We say we want superstar on the teams, even though we don't have any superstars on the team, but we don't even treat the guys that we want to become superstars as superstars with the proper respect it takes for a superstar to become a superstar. I know that don't make any sense of what I just said, but you get what I'm talking about. Why is the guy you want to build your franchise around taking less than 25 shots a game? Period. There's too much going on in that organization. And I get it. When you're down in the dumps, it rains. When it rains, it pours. Everything seems to go bad. But are you extending Zion after the season? I don't know. Are you trading him? Are you trading Murray? Like, what is the direction? I want to know. What are you doing with Eves and Carlo? Can you trust them? They're both progressing. What are you doing with Herb? There's too many questions that need to be answered. Are you going full rebuild? Are you bringing in younger pieces? Like, what are we doing is the question. But soon enough, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Because enough's enough. And I told y'all, the team will tell you if they want James Borrego. Ever since y'all been screaming for James Borrego, he's been losing. If they wanted him to be the head coach, they would have been killing teams. But I digress. A lot of y'all don't want to hear the truth. A lot of y'all do not want to hear the truth. You want to vast and hope, any hope you can cling to, because it looks good, it sounds good, and you hear other people talking about it. But a lot of times, other people talking about is analytics. Analytics don't mean shit. Listen to me. It tells a story, but it doesn't tell the whole story, not even close to the whole story. You can look at analytics all day and be a shit coach. Teams have proven that time and time again. If you cannot coach, you cannot coach. No matter what the analytics say. I don't want his shit. I don't want to hear nothing about an argument when it comes to analytics. Show me that you can put players in place on the court when it matters. Forget the analytics. Throw that out. Show me you can use your brain and what you see and what has got you to the point where you can win a game on the floor and make it happen in real time in a spur of the moment without looking at none of that. While having assistant coaches assist you that's qualified so that you can make the right decision when it comes to your team and players. That's coaching. The analytics is for after the game and before the game. But it still doesn't determine what happens in the game. Because no matter what happens on a night-to-night basis, people change what they do depending on what opponent they're playing against. It tells some of the story, but not nearly as much to win a game. Tell me what you do on a night-to-night basis, no matter what analytics somebody look at, that wins a game. That's coaching. You're going to play the type of style we want you to play, and we're going to kill you, and we're going to kill you playing our style. No matter what. No matter what you're throwing us, we're going to force you to play the way we want you to play, on defense and on offense. That's coaching. And until we get somebody who can do that, until we get somebody who can come in and man that fort, the Pelicans are going to be perennial losers. We need players that exhibit that type of mentality. And we also need guys who gel together. Guys who not just willing to put up a few numbers and then next thing you know, it look like it don't count no more. Not speaking to one specific guy. We need guys that don't talk the good game. They walk the good game. Just that simple. But you guys see it for yourself. They play Toronto tonight. Probably going to get whipped again. I'd be shocked to see if they win. But look forward to your team announcing that they're on a coaching search. That they're looking for coaches. Because that's what it's about to come down to. Look forward to your team making some jaw-dropping decisions this offseason. Because probably that's what it's going to take. Sometimes you got to take 2 steps back to take 3 steps forward. That's not just life. That's anything. And this team needs to find its identity. We're going to see what that is very soon. But I don't got much. I just wanted to get that out. Let's see what they do tonight against Toronto. Let's see if they're going to get a game under James Borrego. It'll be sickening if they don't win no games out of that 11 that they had. It'll be sickening. But some of y'all still will be delusional thinking that James Borrego, if he get an off season, the guy was the coach, the assistant coach during the off season. So he should have picked up. If anybody can pick up and pick up the ground running, it's him. He's been in the building. But somehow y'all don't see it that way. But that's all I got, man. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. A quick little podcast, man, just to get some thoughts out. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that follow button. And as always, man, thank y'all for watching the Pelican Sports Corner. Y'all have a good evening.